Hey guys, Mandy here with Fable. I'm in my kitchen today because my husband is working nights and he has our curtains all blocked off and making the room as dark and dingy as possible, so I didn't want to mess with that. So I am in my kitchen trying to grab some sunlight with Fable, who you haven't seen in a little while. There's two really great tags going around, so I wanted to take a minute to do those tags. Plus, it is Thursday, and this morning I changed Fable a dozen times, so I have a good stockpile of pictures for the next couple of days. So check out my Instagram for that. But I remembered that the theme for Theme Thursday was rompers, and Little Miss Fable, I don't want to drop your bunny. Little Miss Fable is in a really cute charcoal romper. She's definitely worn this before. So I guess maybe 3 tags. Show it to me one more time. She's in this cute little romper. It's charcoal gray with fake little wooden buttons, and I paired it with a little white ribbed cardigan because it's a little chilly. They're both from Carter's, and this hat that my sister found me thrifting. I think it's Carter's too. I think it's the child of mine. It is knitted gray bunny hat, little bunny ears. Oh, she also thrifted me this cute little white bunny rabbit lovey that is from H&M. And I remember seeing these a while back and I wanted to grab one. So I think they were like $10, $15 too. So she thrifted me that, and Fable loves it. I just love looking at her in videos because she's got that little wobble wiggle and she just looks so cute. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 tags. I'm going to start with Jay's Dolls UK tag of what did you believe? What did you used to believe? It's been out for a little while now, and I've watched everybody's video, and I'm right there with you guys, all with the don't step on the crack, you'll break your mama's back. I knew that was ridiculous, but I definitely did believe in that. I'm a superstitious person, so when I hear weird things, I'm like, oh, you never know. Also, my mom used to say, because, you know, when you'd get in an argument or whatever, you would, myself, make a funny face, and she'd be like, don't do that, it'll stay that way. And I really thought that maybe that might happen. And I was thinking about this, about this tag in that phrase, don't do that, it'll stick that way. And I was thinking about now how when I make a face, if I'm like, whatever, I'm like, oh my gosh, is that going to cause wrinkles? So, there's some truth behind that saying. I also thought this was funny. I've been watching a show on Disney. It's not a kid's show, but it is on Disney. What They Do in the Shadows or something like that. It's a vampire show. It's a mockumentary. It's based off like a UK. I thought it was a show too. I remember watching this show before, but these are a different cast, and they're vampires, and it's like The Office, but vampires. It's hilarious. And the last episode I watched was so funny. And they opened up their email, and they hadn't, it's now times, like the 2000s, 2019, 20. And they opened up their email, and they had a chain letter. Do you remember those? Like back in the 90s, those chain letters that would go around. And I remember totally falling for those. I would be so scared. I just see my dog jumping around in the background. I would be so scared when they would be like, forward this to 10 people, or Bloody Mary's gonna come and get you in your sleep, or you'll have bad luck for 10 years. And because I'm superstitious, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have bad luck. I need to forward this to 10 people. And my friends would be like, stop it. Yeah, it took me a long time before I realized that was hocus pocus. Like, how would they know? How would they know to send you the bad juju that you didn't send out that email? Ridiculous. But anyways, that made me laugh. And when I saw that episode, I thought, oh yeah, that is something silly that I used to believe in that I definitely need to share with my dolly friends. So The next tag is from Little Midwest Reborn in Dolls. I had to write that down so I got it right. So Little Midwest Reborn in Dolls. She has a lovely channel. I just started following her when I saw this tag going around. She wants to know your summer memories. Summer memories from when you were a kiddo, and summer memories, your favorite summer memories from now. And when I was a kid, like one of my all-time favorite memories is when I would go camping with my best friend. My parents weren't camping people, like we didn't have tents or anything like that, but my best friend, my next door neighbor, who we've been friends since we were 4, like we are still friends to this day. We would go, her parents were gung-ho campers. They had absolutely every camp supply. They loved to canoe. We'd go to Algonquin Park, and I like looked forward to that every summer. Oh my goodness. We had so much fun running around in the bushes, getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, swimming all day. I remember getting a leech on my foot the first time ever, and I just pulled it off because I was so scared. Okay, I'm totally thinking now, was that my best friend who had it? No, I think it was me, and I was so scared. I think it was me. I was so scared, and I just ripped the sucker off. Yeah, that was my first time ever having a leech. I hate those things. They're so creepy. Ugh, gross. And yeah, that was like the biggest and best summer memory. I also grew up, and we had, next door to my neighbor, there were these beautiful lilac bushes that separated our houses. Like we were right next door, and this gorgeous lilac bush that had obviously been there for a long time because it had grown into like its own little forest. You could go inside, you could sit on the branches of these lilacs. Like it was a utopia. We spent so much time in there pretending we were fairies, just running around being like crazy kids. I think we found a salamander in that bush. The saddest thing is the people who, that house has, my dad built that house, and the people who, we moved many years ago. I was like 7, like we didn't live there for very long. But I have the best memories in that house, and the people who lived there over the years cut those trees, cut that forest down. How? Why? Oh, crazy. But those were some of my childhood memories. Some of my dog's drinking water right beside me. I guess the downfall of doing this video in the kitchen. Adult summerhood memories. I love going to, hey, Archie, don't do that. I love going to the drive-in. I've taken my babies, like my kids are 11 and 14, and I remember sitting in the drive-in just like this, watching movies. We always went to the drive-in to watch movies because Jordan and I were big movie people. We always went to the theater. It's hard to go to the theater when you have a baby. It's not the best place. There is the toddler days, but it's not as fun. We would live for the drive-in in the summer, and now that my kiddos are older, they don't love going there. They loved it when they could go to the park. There was a big park. We'd go early and they'd run around and play, but they're kind of over that now. And so my husband and I go for date nights to the drive-in. So summers are the best for the drive-in. For walks by the water, I'm so lucky. I've said this before. We live super close to the water. Like it's like a 5-minute drive, and there is a gorgeous trail that loops around the lake, and it's beautiful. And if you follow me on Instagram, my personal Instagram, you've probably seen pictures of that lake a dozen times. And ice cream. I love getting ice cream. My kiddos love ice cream. We have this tradition of getting, how many times can I say ice cream in one sentence? We have a tradition that the first little bit of summer break, we go down and we get an ice cream and go out for lunch. And it's just memories like that. Just being together with your family, barbecues. Those are some of my favorite summer memories. So I'm so happy that I finally got to do those tags, and thank you guys for watching. My mama's calling me, so I'm gonna run. Love you. Bye. Ah. Stop.